Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're reviewing a bunch of stuff from Alphalete's recent spring launch. Honestly, lately I feel like they've been launching stuff without much warning because I didn't even know this was happening. I wouldn't say there's a ton of new stuff, but there's a good amount of like new colors of previous launches and some things that personally I haven't tried before, like the Harmony leggings, Harmony shorts, and the active shorts, and some joggers too actually. So they did actually send this to me, but everything is going to be 100% honest. As usual here, I'm under no obligation to do this review. I was just getting a lot of questions about this stuff from you guys because I like to try stuff out when I wear it and you guys ask my Instagram story. So just figured I'd do a full review. I don't have like a code or anything, so this is totally unsponsored. If you aren't already subscribed, please make sure to do so if you're interested in more honest, unsponsored reviews. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first, I wanted to try the Harmony leggings because they just interested me. And I didn't end up trying them when they first launched, but trying them now. So these are an Alphalux material. Every time they have something in Alphalux, they have the extra little logo here. And I always love Alphalete logos because they're always nice and rubberized and they never peel off. So I feel like I have mixed feelings about the Alphalux fabric. In some colors, as we'll see in this video, it's really stretchy and really like form-fitting, and in other colors it's not so much. And I'm going to keep wearing and washing these, and I'll update you guys in a love it or leave it video if these end up pilling. I know I say that a lot, but if I don't mention that something pills, it probably hasn't pilled yet. Usually I only update you guys if something goes wrong rather than if they go right, but I'm trying to work on it. There's just a lot of leggings that I've tried, so it's hard to keep track of them all. But I find that the Alphalux can look kind of fuzzy sometimes. I have already worn and washed this pair specifically. So here's the material up close. It's definitely a brushed material, so sometimes they can look like this, but it just gets fuzzy. So again, I'll keep you guys updated if they pill. But in general with Alphalete stuff, my favorite stuff from them is like their seamless stuff, like the OG Revival leggings and the Amplify leggings. I just think their seamless fabric is super unique. So let's just try these on. These are the Harmony leggings. All right, so here are the Alphalux Harmony leggings. And I feel like I've heard generally good things about these in my Facebook group at least. I have already washed these and worn these once, and they held up really well in my gym workout. I actually didn't notice any sweat. I think in general the Alphalux material itself is pretty sweat friendly. Maybe medium to high rise. I feel like they could be like a little bit higher. I didn't necessarily feel like they were falling down in my workout, but I did want to kind of like pull them up and adjust them a little more. I just feel like the waistband could have a hair more compression. Overall, they're like about a medium compression. Maybe I could have sized down. I don't really think that I should have sized down because in general I don't really have a lot of excess material or anything, but just wanted to note. So no front seam. You have kind of one of those like mini extended crotch gussets. I don't really think you can see it very much from the front. It's kind of can be a little pet peeve of mine sometimes. So that's good. They definitely attract a little cat hair in like lint, or I guess pet hair, just kind of as much as any brushed legging will. So these have a little ribbed insert in the waistband, and then they go into like a little like three-tiered thing in the back. I would say they're similar to the Buff Bunny Legacy leggings in that respect, except the Buff Bunny ones don't have like a different texture, and these ones are more like kind of like a V insert and not like a three little thing happening here. So they are definitely flattering on the glutes. I'm only gonna give them a medium to high just because I felt like they could have sat a little higher on the glutes during my workout. Like you can pull them up, but they didn't stay 100%. I'd say maybe cellulite friendly. You might have some cellulite coverage in these. And they have a little detail at the bottom of the leg. They kind of have this little like lipped type exit to the ankle. It's like the tiniest bit loose. Honestly, since I washed these, it's not as prominent as before, so maybe that went away. But yeah, in general, I think I like these more than the Alphalete Essential leggings because they just have a little more going on while still being a basic legging. To go with that is the Harmony bra. So this kind of brings in the little ribbed detail of the Harmony leggings into the bra. It kind of goes like right where like under cleavage area is. It's kind of a scooped V-neck with a decent amount of coverage and a pretty open T-back. So let's try it on. All right, so here's the bra. And if you've seen Alphalete reviews on my channel before, usually I kind of have just like given up on their sports bras working for me. Like usually they just have like either some weird gaping or way too cleavagey for me. Just like having a large cup size, I just like, you know, I want to make sure I stay in my bras. And I think this is like one of the better bras that I've tried on from them. Like I'm completely covered on the sides and I'm not getting any weird gaping anywhere. So that's the two things I had a problem with. So I like the scooped V detail of this one. And I also think it's cute that it kind of like looks like from the front. Like, oh, this is gonna be like a halter top, which halter tops are so bad for your neck. My ballet teacher used to make us change if we wore halter leotards because he thought that it made us like cringe our necks, which it probably did. But anyways, my point is, this looks like a halter top, but actually comes back into a T-back. And I still feel like the straps are thick enough to where I have support, but it's a really open back, and I love to wear super open backs like this on back day. So I thought that was cute. It's definitely scooped around the armpit area, but I don't feel like I'm getting a ton of side boob, and we're definitely not gonna fall out. Still like medium support. I wouldn't say it's crazy. And I definitely find this to be true to size. There is an elastic at the bottom, so you do have a little bit of hold here, but if you're in between, I would size down because I feel like I definitely have plenty of space in this. Alphalux logo on the back. And then like my one thing about this bra, they included a little ribbed region here to kind of tie in to the legging waistband to be cohesive and everything. But the Alphalux material is sweat friendly. This ribbed material shows sweat a lot. And under boob is like the one place I sweat the most at the gym, just because, you know, the girls are together, they are producing sweat. And when I worked out in this, I had like a very distinct line of sweat, and it was like very noticeable. To an extent, it kind of like tucks under a little bit into like the boob crease. So if you don't like to show any sweat at the gym, which sweating at the gym is obviously a normal thing, but some people don't want sweat marks, so I understand you. Just wanted to mention that. And one other thing to note is it does have removable cups. The cups do not extend into the ribbed region, so the lowest they can go is like to here. I don't think it's uncomfortable, and it still covers the girls, but just thought that would be something to mention. All right, so here is the Alphalux material after 2 washes. I still wouldn't consider this pilling because it honestly looks pretty similar to when I first got it. It just does have a very fuzzy appearance. So I'll keep you guys updated, but this is 2 washes. Next, I have the Harmony shorts in the color Haven. This is basically the exact same color as Buff Bunny High Voltage, I think it is, but the color that you would think of from Buff Bunny. So they're very similar, which honestly, you could like mix and match them. I have like a Buff Bunny Alpha bra in this color, which I think would go well. Anyways, just an idea. They have the little logo detail here as well, and I really just like that they match the Alphalux color to the shorts. But yeah, these are a 4-inch inseam. This is a lighter color. It definitely is letting more light in than the dark blue, so I'd probably not choose this color if you're really going for full squat proofness. Same details as the leggings, it's just a 4-inch inseam short, which I do prefer biker shorts, but let's try these on. All right, so here are the Harmony shorts, and I love the green color. I will say this little like rip out tag, it just came out, but when it was in there, you could like see the tag through. I don't know if you can see. So I don't think that these are going to be the most squat proof opaque shorts just because of that. Because usually if you can see a tag through, you can see colored underwear. I am wearing nude underwear under these right now though. They're a 4-inch inseam, which generally is a little too short for my preference because every single 4-inch inseam short I've ever had ends up rolling up on me. So I wouldn't be surprised if these rolled up as well. They have an extended crotch gusset that just goes down the legs, no front seam. This is a size small, and I'd say it's a good fit. I don't think it's squishing my thighs down too much, and I'm not getting any extra fabric. So I would definitely say true to size with the shorts. Sometimes I size up in Alphalete shorts, but usually I get extra fabric when I do that, so I don't think it's necessary for these. Nice high rise. I feel like it kind of snatches the waist in a little bit. It does have a tapered waistband, has a little ribbed insert here, and then slightly curved seams in the back. So I think I would give these at least a medium high on the booty scale, maybe a high. So yeah, I like the shorts overall, more how they look than how they'll be, just because I really don't wear 4-inch inseam shorts that often. They're also about a medium compression overall, and I just did the squats, and I'm definitely getting a little bit of rolling, but I kind of knew that. To match the shorts, there's the Alto Bra. This is in the same Haven green color, and it's in the Alphalux fabric, high neck. And this one doesn't have a solid elastic on the bottom. It's just kind of almost like a little long line sports bra. Has removable cut pads, and then just a little crisscross in the back. Okay, so here is the bra on. I do like a high neck bra, but I feel like either they're like a perfect fit on the sides or a little bit of escaping. I also have another high neck bra that I think I've tried before from Alphalete, so we'll see if it does the same thing and kind of forget. But I like this little seam detail. detail. That's cute. This is a size small, and I would say that this is true to size. There's no like harsh elastics or anything. It's just like a band of the fabric down here, nothing like really tight. So it's still actually supporting me, but it's not gonna be like the most secure bottom band. Pretty open in the back as well, just a little crisscross strap detail. And you shouldn't get a lot of cutting into the traps because the material is pretty soft. I feel like in this color, you can see the cut pads a little bit. I did have to like move them around. The cut pads have a seam to separate them down the middle, but there's no seam like at the top of them. So when I first put on the bra, the cut pads were like up here. So just be mindful, you're gonna have to adjust the cut pads. So yeah, I feel like at the top of the neck, it's sitting flat, but I am definitely getting some gaping on the side here. Not so much that I'm gonna fall out of it, but I know that can be an annoying thing sometimes. And then overall support, I'd say solid medium support depending on your cup size. This one should be a little better about sweat too, because it's all the Alphalux fabric, no little inserts of the ribbed material. So if you sweat down here, the Alphalux material usually dries pretty quick. Next, we have the Alphalux Essential Leggings. So they are, again, made of the Alphalux fabric. This launch apparently was very Alphalux heavy. These are very simple, like super basic legging. They're the same price as the Harmony leggings. So I feel like you get a little more like detail in the Harmony leggings for the same price, but some people just like basic leggings. Little Alphalux logo here, curved glute seams in the back, so very flattering on the glutes. And I still need to measure the inseam for you guys, but let's try these on. This color specifically seems like super stretchy, so we'll see how that works when it's on. Also, here is just like a little close-up of the seam detail and the fabric. I need to be better about posting close-ups of the seams because usually you can tell a lot about the quality of leggings from the seams. These ones seem pretty good. Occasionally on leggings, you know, you'll have like a loose string or often like the fabric not completely cut down. So maybe that's something I need to start including more often in my reviews. Let's try these on. So I have tried and reviewed this exact outfit before, and I just tried the Harmony leggings, which are also in the Alphalux fabric, but for some reason this gray color feels like really different. Like it feels a lot more like stretchy, kind of hugging me in all the right places, which is something that I love when leggings do. I'm just confused because this just feels a lot like stretchier and more giving than the blue Alphalux. So prepare for some potential color differences, I guess, but I really like how this gray pair feels. So I've tried the Essential leggings before. They're a super basic legging, no front seam, little crotch gusset, kind of your basic waistband, just kind of goes straight across the front, and then tapered seams in the back. So they're a flattering legging. If I had to compare them to something, I would compare them to, at least like shape-wise, to like the Buff Bunny Live Free leggings and the Camo Fitness Serenity leggings. Both like a very similar shape to this. So just kind of depends on your fabric preferences. It also just looks less fuzzy than the blue one. So I've had differing experiences with the Alphalux material, but this one seems to be pretty good. So curved glute seams, high on the booty scale. These ones feel more of light to medium compression, and I need to check the inseam on this because these seem like very long, which I am a fan because it's hard for me to find full length leggings sometimes. So I have to imagine these would be close to 28 inches. Definitely nice high rise on these. It's gonna have a slightly tapered waistband, but not a ton of compression in the waist. It is double thickness though. You can see the gusset a tiny bit from the front, probably fixable, but it's not extreme. Honestly, I don't remember being totally in love with these last time, but this color is just feeling really stretchy, and you know I like stretchy leggings, so I guess I will be wearing these after all. To match is the Alphalux Supreme Bra, kind of like almost a more basic version of the Alto Bra, but just kind of this little scooped detail under the bra, except this is all made of the Alphalux fabric, so it should be a little more sweat friendly all around. And it does have kind of a thin T-style racer back, except definitely more coverage on the back than the other two bras I tried today. So let's try this on. All right, so I've tried this bra before, and I think I like it a little more than the green bra. I'm blanking on the names, but they'll be on the screen somewhere. I liked the little seam details of the green one, but I just had a lot of like armpit gaping, and this one not only comes closer to the armpit, so definitely full side boob coverage, but as you can see, I'm also not totally gaping out of this one. So I just think the fit is a little better on this. A little scoop neck. I definitely have some like fabric folding around here, but I wouldn't call it gaping. So I do think it's just an overall better fit. This one also has a solid elastic on the bottom, so it's gonna be a little more secure. I think last time I reviewed this, I mentioned that this seam goes up here, but the elastic is just at the bottom. So the elastic doesn't go like into the seam area. It has been a couple months since I tried this bra. I feel like it's fitting me a little better than last time. I feel like it had some gaping last time. This could also be color differences because I also feel like the gray Alphalux was better than the blue, but I would say true to size. There's plenty of space for the girls in this one and no chance of falling out, not on the sides or the top obviously, and solid medium support again. And this one is kind of a similar T-back to the Harmony bra, maybe a little more coverage down here, but again, solid open back, racer back situation. Next, we have some of their Ultrasoft tops. I love their Ultrasoft tops because I just find they're thin enough that they don't really keep you too warm in a workout, but they just do add a little extra layer. I'm someone who hates getting like too warm in a workout, which is why I usually just wear a sports bra. But this is the cropped long sleeve. It's in the color Halogen blue. Has like a slight little V detail in the front, and I actually think this pairs really well with the blue color of the Alphalux leggings for like a little tonal look. The Ultrasoft material is kind of a little more sleek on the inside and then slightly brushed on the outside, but like super thin, then a little rubberized logo in the back. Here is a close-up of the fabric. It is super soft. The inside is a little more sleek, a little less brushed. So here is the cropped long sleeve, and I just love their Ultrasoft materials, but I have a couple of their Ultrasoft tops already, so I was excited to get some more, but they're just like the most lightweight, stretchy workout tops. And if you know me, I can either wear only a sports bra to the gym or like the lightest of light tops over it, or else I straight up feel suffocated. Like I used to be like too scared to wear just a sports bra in the gym, and now I literally can't even like wear a shirt. I don't know who I've become. Basically like a crew neck shape, nice long sleeves, no thumb holes or anything, but I don't know if I've usually have long sleeve tops with thumb holes. It's definitely very cropped is the only thing. It has this like kind of inverted V detail here, goes a little lower in the back, but I was working out in this a little bit, and while I don't feel like it really rides up because it's nice and snug on me, I would say true to size, by the way, if you're in between, size down because they're very stretchy. But since it's like a little V peak here, it goes like right to the sports bra, so you might have some risk of the sports bra showing. But yeah, overall I thought this was a cute little long sleeve crop, and this is something I wear like to and from the gym. Oh, I reached my move goal, how exciting. Also, the Ultrasoft cropped tank, got this one in white. I do have another one that I reviewed in a different video that has like a lot more coverage on the back. It's more of like a full coverage tank. This one is more of like a narrow racer back, and I definitely prefer this just because the other one I felt like I got a little more warm in. This one is definitely lightweight, scoops a lot around the armpits though, so you may show a little bra. Anyways, I get into the review, but okay, so this is the Ultrasoft cropped tank. I wore this my entire workout today and I did not get too hot that I overheated. Like, a round of applause. So in any of the lighter colors of the Ultrasoft crops, you might see the color of the sports bra underneath, or like you probably will see the color. So I wore a white sports bra today underneath this. I don't really care if you can see a little bit underneath because like duh, I'm wearing a sports bra to the gym, but you can still see that. This one comes up slightly higher in the neck. I may or may not have gotten fake tan or makeup on this. So it's pretty scooped along the sides. Today I was wearing a sports bra and my sports bra extended beyond this. Just be careful because it's a little bit scooped. It's like a little mid crop length. Depending on how long your torso is, it might go all the way to your leggings, but your girl has a long torso, so. And it's just a little racer back in the back. So with the Harmony bra underneath, it is almost completely covered. But anyways, I do really love how lightweight these are, and I already own a couple, so. Then I got the active shorts, which I was doing a review when these first came out, and I swear I had these in my cart. Like, I swear I had them in my cart. Like, I literally remember putting them in my cart. Okay, well, actually, that's where I went wrong. I opened a tab with these and then I forgot to put them in my cart. And then I checked out with like a bunch of things in my cart and I didn't notice I didn't have these. But I was going to review these a long time ago, but it wasn't in the cards for me. So today we're reviewing them. But these are the active shorts. I have them in black, obviously. They're a 1.75 inch inseam, which I didn't realize they were so short. But I think that like looser shorts like this, they just look a little longer than if you were to wear like a 2-inch inseam tight. We'll see, but they're kind of made of like a windbreaker-y active material. I wouldn't say they necessarily have like a lot of stretch, but they do have a little bit of give to them. They're not totally stiff, and they do have a mesh lining. It's not like an underwear lining or anything. Let's try these on. All right, so here are these shorts in black. I'm like figuring this out as I go. Okay, I think they actually do have a little lining. Okay, so they have a lining. So these are the active shorts. I personally don't wear a ton of this looser style short. I do definitely in the summer when it's like super hot and I don't want anything like really tight on me. Since it's March, I haven't gotten a chance to wear a lot of that stuff yet. But it basically has one of these little open style leg things. Honestly, I expected it to be like the cheap logo stuff. Alphalete always does a great job with their logos. So this is actually like a thickened like silicone logo situation here. The inseam is only 1.75 inches. And when I read that on the website, I had a minor panic attack. They're still gonna be short, but they're actually a high rise without me having to pull them up. So that's nice. They do have a drawstring. It is definitely that like, kind of like, you know, windbreaker-y type material, so you will kind of like hear when you move in these a little bit. The side part is a mesh paneling actually, and they don't have any underwear lining or anything, but they do have this mesh on the inside, which even when you move around, I feel like you can't see that, but it just adds like one little extra lining of protection. I feel like it could be at risk of like flashing a little bit, but these are pretty snug onto me. These are a size small, and normally I might size up in this style of short, but I'm glad I got the small because the waistband is really nice and they're not too tight anywhere. And they're also not very restrictive either. Anyways, these are definitely short, but shouldn't have too much problems flashing anything. So one last thing about the active shorts, because this lining on the inside is loose and not snug against your skin, I would be worried about like doing something like a bench press where your legs are kind of open and you could maybe like see up the shorts. That is the benefit of having a more snug lining. So just be careful. I would wear these to the gym on a day that I'm not doing something like that. And I also wear them to the store a lot and just like for lounging, but you get what I mean. Hello and welcome to Alphalete Joggers Crash Course. This is my assistant, Pinto Bean. So after filming this full review, I did get a couple other pairs of joggers from them. So since I have like 5 different joggers to compare right now, I wanted to just do like a quick little like what you need to know about each of the joggers, including my preferences, as well as any details that may make you want or not want a certain pair of these joggers. So without further ado, let's get into the lineup of joggers. Pinto, do you have any preferences on these joggers? No. He says, unless it's soft as this bed, I don't want it. I've also kind of ordered these from least favorite to favorite over there. To start off, we have the Alphalete Essential Joggers. I got these during their most recent birthday sale. They're a cotton polyester spandex blend, and for me, they just didn't quite have enough stretch. They still are a flattering shape, but they just ran really small and didn't have quite enough stretch. So I'm wearing these joggers in a size medium, and every other jogger I wear a size small, and these feel just like the other smalls. So they definitely run small in this style. They're also just like a lot more stiff and not as much stretch to these, so they just like weren't quite what I expected. Overall, I feel like they're a cute style, but I just wanted more stretch out of my joggers. Next, we have the Pro Elite joggers. The Pro Elite, as well as the next ones, are both made of a nylon spandex, and these have the most athletic type material, so these would be the joggers that I would consider working out in because they feel pretty sweat wicking and pretty stretchy. While I found the Pro Elite joggers to be very comfortable, I didn't really like how the drawstring was on the inside of the joggers. I prefer when the drawstring is on the outside of the waistband. It's just a little more comfortable to tighten that way. And the bottom of these has a little ribbed cuff as well, but the cuff is only on one side. The front side of the joggers is just a plain little situation. So these are the Pro Elite. So here are the Pro Elite joggers. From the outside, it almost looks like they don't even have a drawstring, but it is on the inside. So if you do need to tighten the drawstring, it just gets a little bulky inside there and not the most comfortable. So I would say that these are true to size. They kind of have a snug fit, but not overly tight, something that I'd like my joggers to fit like. So there's definitely a little bit of extra space. So I think if you're in between, you could go either way. And I also felt like these were more of a mid-rise, maybe mid to high. Then we have the Premium V2. I do like these just a little more than the Pro Elite because the Premium V2 Very similar material, might even be the exact same material. They have a waistband with a drawstring on the outside, and I just really prefer that. I also think that the drawstring is just really cute, and the aglets are always like so nice quality. These also just have your regular cuffs at the bottom, so they're made of this performance material kind of all the way around. So the premium V2 joggers to me feel just like the Pro Elite, except I just think that they're more flattering with the drawstring on the outside. They go a little bit of a higher rise. They have a slight little curve in the back that makes it flattering there. So these ones I definitely think are like the best option if you like to work out in your joggers. Very similar fit as well. They are not too loose, but not too tight. So I do just like my regular legging size from Alphalete, a small. Then we have two pairs of Identity joggers. I don't think that these have launched yet, so stay tuned for these in the future. They are styles that have been around in the past. They're just new colors. So these are the Identity Pro joggers. They're a lot more basic. I just feel like these are kind of a step up from the ones we've already gone over. They have a nice thick waistband drawstring on the outside, and they also have zip pockets, which is very important to me in my joggers. Silicone detailing down the side, and these are not the most performance material. They're actually like this really soft, like brushed, kind of cottony feel, but they're super, super stretchy. And the Identity material has really grown on me. I tried them once a while ago and I wasn't in love with them, but since I have done my whole sweatpant video, and I've tried so many sweatpants, these truly feel like sweatpants because they're so soft, but they have a ton of stretch to them, which is really hard to find in sweatpants slash joggers. So I love these. So here are the Identity joggers. I love the zippered pockets. They also definitely have a high rise, which I love out of my joggers, and I really feel like they snatch the waist in. They're super soft, like way softer than the other ones because they're more of like a cottony soft material. They just have these kind of two slit style back pockets, but it holds my phone completely. And while these do have kind of a sweatpant feel, they are really stretchy and they're more of a jogger fit. So similar to the last ones, true to size, I'd go with your legging size. I think you could size up in any of these, but the waist might be a little big if you do that. This is the little cropped hoodie that goes with the Identity joggers. I'm not really sure what it's called because it's not on the website, but this is it, and it should be launching soon. It's pretty cropped, so it's not going to cover your entire torso. It's made of the same material, super soft, and has a little hoodie. And lastly, the same Identity style material, but in cargo form. And I have to say, I was skeptical about these, but I kind of like them. I don't know what it is about these little cargo pockets, but they're kind of cute. So this is made of the same Identity super soft material. Again, it might be a little warm for workouts, especially like in the summer. So it might not be my favorite like workout material, but I've been like living in these like around the house and to go to the store and stuff, and they're just kind of the perfect combination of like jogger sweatpant. These have a more like ribbed style waistband, and they have these cargo pockets on the front and back. So these are the Identity cargo joggers. They're definitely the highest waist out of all of them. These do not have zip pockets. They have these two slit pockets on top, and then all of the little cargo pockets do have like Velcro. So I'd say that they're pretty secure, and they also have the cargo pockets at the back, which I feel like adds a little volume to the glutes, you know what I'm saying? I was unsure about the whole cargo pant thing. I feel like when they're like giant baggy loose cargo pants, they look too much for me, but the fact that these are like a more snug fit with just like a little flap pocket, I feel like it's a little more wearable, and these are again very true to size. No cuff at the bottom of these or anything. All right, so that is it for the review. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am filming this right before my finals really start to kick in. It's probably going up, honestly, after finals at this point, but hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Any requests, as always, leave those down in the comments below too. Anyways, hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.